Hi, my name is Philippa. This is Jack. He's my assistant's dog. I've had him nearly 2 years from Canine Partners at about 20 months, and he'd done all his basic training and already been trained to do some task work for me. And then I brought him home, and it's now my job to keep up his training and also to extend it, because most diseases are progressive, and so the need to keep your dog happy and working means keeping them training through their life. His favourite thing of all was to put the washing in the washing machine and take it out again. And when I first brought him home, we were asked to leave them alone for a week. Don't ask any task work of them, just let them settle, be a dog, and learn that they're going to live with you. And by day 5, Jack was totally bored with the whole situation, and he filled up my washing machine with his toys and sat and looked at me. I was like, when are we going to get to work? So I followed him, and he's been working for me since. He loves to open and shut the doors, and he uses them for his own advantage. Like, I heard something, I'll just go and check what it is. And he'll open the door and trot off and work it out. He loves to pick up dropped items, but he's not very keen of the feel of metal in his mouth. So if I have items that are metal that I drop a lot, then I will add a cuddly toy or put a bit of bandage around the metal to give him somewhere to feel, so it doesn't feel strange in his mouth. The contract is very much about the dog's well-being. So you agree to how much free run time they'll have every day, that you won't ask them to do anything that could possibly cause them any damage, and to keep them, they're dogs who've been brought up to do things, and to suddenly stop or to stop learning would be against their whole life. So we're committed to, you have to teach them to do a minimum of 2 things each year, even if you don't need it, because it keeps the dog's interest going. One of the first things I taught him was to pick up all his toys and put them in the toy box, because otherwise they get caught in the wheels of my chair. And also to turn the light switch on and off, because if I'm sitting on the couch, I can't reach the light switch, and I'd have to get up, transfer into my chair, drive over to the light switch, turn it on, and I'm far too lazy. I'd just sit in the dark. So that seemed like a good thing to teach him. And once I've taught him something, he's like, yes, I can do this. And you then have to teach him to do it on command only, because he's like, I feel like a treat. I'll turn the light on and see what happens. I have taught him that when he takes something off, he gives it to me. So like when he pulls off the arm of a jacket, rather than leave it dangling, he'll pick up and give me the arm. That way the clothes get less dirty. And I've taught him some doggy things as opposed to canine partner tasks, because I want to remember first and foremost he's a dog, and I want him to have the ability to join in fun doggy activities like learning to scent and do agility and fly ball and have fun. Picking up a landline phone when it rings is something that had already been started at training camp. I carried it on here, so I had to teach him that the area where the phone is, where he could put his feet, etc., bring me the phone. And then I realised that more and more I'm spending my life on the mobile phone, and because it's not put back in its holder in the same way as a landline, it would be anywhere and I could never remember where it was. And so when I heard about the canine scent detection course, I thought that is just ideal. If I can train Jack to find it, even if it's fallen under the sofa, he can show me where it is, and it will no longer be lost all the time. So when I attended the course, he worked specifically to teach us how to get Jack to recognise a smell and work on that smell, and that smell I always carry around with my phone. And we worked on it, we went outside, so that there was a lot of distraction. So I felt it was something I should continue to do when I got home, so that he would learn that wherever I said find the phone, it was relevant. And then I had an opportunity to really put it in action when I lost it in the local park, which is acres and acres of land, either 36 or 63, I can't remember which way round. But anyway, a lot of land, and I had no idea where it was. And I went back into the park with Jack and I just said, "Find the phone, Jack." And he searched and searched until, yep, he found it. He just worked and worked and worked. So Jack will pick up anything I ask him to. That was already in his repertoire of things to do. So the workshop was roughly 3 days long. And once he got the idea of the smell went with finding it and then giving it to me, that it just all clicked together very quickly in his head. It was like, I have to find the smell, give it to the person. And I think because he's focused on fixing problems anyway, he is quite quick to pick up things. It's like, I ask him to do something, and if he doesn't know straight away, it's like he'll offer me, and well, do you want this or would you like that? And so he was very easy to transfer it to a scent. When Jack came home with me, he was the first dog that I was committed to keeping that I hadn't had from a young puppy. And I wasn't entirely sure how to go about building a bond. I already thought he was lovely and wonderful and he was my dog, but that essential bond of partnership I found quite difficult to build. But by doing the task work with him, practicing things, for him helping me and him learning from me, that was the way in which we managed to build a bond that is as good, if not better, than the 7-week one, because he's always with me and he's always working for me, he's always looking out for me.